again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside, and a great crowd here today, all ready to go. What's going to be an outstanding show, Dave?
It should be. We're going to have Kareem Muhammad. Mr. Kareem Muhammad will be in here in a single match coming up in just a few minutes. A little bit later on, we will have the fabulous one. Stan and Steve will be right here. PYT Express will be going against the Batten Twins, too. That's all coming up a little bit later today.
Right now, we're going to take a look at some of those folks who are going to be appearing with us. Let's look at it.
Diamonds are forever in these old cars that still keep rolling on.
Wild boys never chose this way. Wild boys never close your eyes. Wild boys always. I want to love you, pretty young thing. You need some loving, some loving care. And I want to live forever. I'm gonna learn how to love. I'm really strong and together.
This summer, dive into something new. Taco Bell's Chicken Fiesta Salad.
Summer, you got the taste for something new. Summer, and your chicken so light, so cool. Summer, a whole new taste like a summer breeze. So bright, so tangy, give me one thing. Taco Bell
Chicken Fiesta Salad.
It's the pizza.
Summer.
If you're looking for quality auto parts, there's one place that should pop into mind. Auto Shack. Because Auto Shack carries a full line of the best parts in auto parts. Bendix for brakes, TRW for chassis and engine parts, plus other top-of-the-line brands like AC Delco, Motorcraft. You name it, Auto Shack has it, at savings up to 50%. And that could be the best part of all. Auto Shack, for people who don't have time to waste money.
Need relief from athlete's foot?
Feel the Desonex difference.
And there is a difference because medicated Desonex does more than just cure athlete's foot. Want cooling, soothing relief?
Feel the Desonex difference.
Desonex soothes burning feet, cools tender feet. Want relief from cracked, itchy feet?
Feel the Desonex difference.
Desonex relieves itching, gives real foot comfort, and used daily, Desonex helps prevent reinfection. Feel the Desonex difference.
What's a loading dock? It's Furniture Center's big outlet store that saves you big bucks on furniture and appliances. Gas range for only $299, only at the loading dock. A big freezer for $299, only at loading dock. A recliner like this for only $69, only at the loading dock. A chair like this for 29 bucks, only at the loading dock. Remember, only loading dock, Furniture Center's big outlet store can save you big bucks plus credit, too.
Here we go with a one-fall 15-minute time limit match. Introducing from Memphis, Tennessee, Keith Eric at 212 pounds, going against him from Africa, 350 pounds. Mr. Kareem Muhammad. This match one fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Okay, bell time, it has been rung, and we're ready to go with Keith Eric, who is the vast underdog against Big Kareem Muhammad.
Well, I tell you, just about anybody that steps in there is an underdog against Big Kareem Muhammad. Certainly a guy with the size of Keith Eric. When you're going against the 350-pounder, you got your work cut out for you. Keith Eric kicked under the ropes, out of the ring, down on the floor. He's walking around all right, but he was just stomped out of the ring by Mr. Kareem Muhammad. One half of the Zambui Express. Eric back through the ropes, hammered down with a big forearm. Muhammad with the chop. Kareem Muhammad picking him up in the air. High in the air, and he body slams him. Ooh. Might be it right here.
Oh,
1,
yeah.
2, and 3. Less than a minute. 50.5 seconds.
It's bad enough to get speared, but can you imagine with 357 pounds drilling you right down to that mat? Boy, you are permanently pinned. Here he comes. Look at this.
Boom. No getting up from that, and he didn't. 50 seconds again the time on it. Victory for Kareem Muhammad.
Too well from Keith Eric's standpoint is how I didn't like it. Coming into the ring right now, because we just had a real quick one. We're going to go right into the next match. It'll be our first look at the Mexican Angel, who will be in action in a single match. Mexican Angel making his first appearance on Championship Wrestling. Also, I hope maybe that you're going to be tuned immediately following this. We got an interesting segment with Jay Youngblood. Here go the introductions right now, Dave.
This will be one fall, 15-minute time limit. Introducing from Memphis, Tennessee, at 203 pounds, David Johnson. And going against him from Mexico at 232 pounds, the Mexican Angel. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, again, the referee.
Okay, off comes the jacket vest of the Mexican Angel. Bell rings, and David Johnson going against an unknown quantity in terms of our Championship Wrestling audience. First time that we have seen the Mexican Angel, and boy, I'll tell you what, David is in bad shape right off the bat. Bang, right across the eyes, he nailed him. As the referee giving him a little warning about the hair and using the fist. David Johnson popped right on top of the head. Mexican Angel. What weight is he listed at, Dave?
He's about 232.
Yeah. Blocky, good upper body as he stomps on the head of David Johnson. David has never been able to get it going.
Mexican Angel with several comments to the referee and the crowd, but unless they all speak Spanish better than I don't know what he said.
I have no idea either. I heard, saw the lips moving, the noise coming out, but didn't understand. In the air, Mexican Angel backbreaker and takes him right down to the canvas. Comes off the rope. Wow. Flying smother as he gets a 1, 2, 3. Wow. We could run about 6 more bouts right here before we go to a break.
Boy, I tell you.
Because the first two didn't take very long.
Less than, whoops. Oh, ooh.
Out on the floor goes David Johnson.
David's back hit right on the corner of that apron, too. Well, look out.
Well, I...
Vine a luchar con los mejores, no con esa porquería. Póngame lo bueno, no vuelvo a luchar más.
If it wasn't nice, I apologize, because I don't know what he said either. Mexican Angel, who threw him out of the ring and dragged him right by the hair over to the desk here. I can tell we're not in for a very pleasant character right there. We are in for a break, and we'll be back in a moment. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, I got kind of confused there with all that.
Yeah, with all of that. Yeah.
Because I had even asked you to stay tuned here because we had an interesting thing. Jay Youngblood, a lot of folks, you know, with his Indian bonnet on, to say, hey, let me have a souvenir, let me have a feather and all. Jay had some interesting comments to make, not only specifically about the bonnet and the feathers and that sort of thing, but hope you'll stay tuned to watch this. I enjoyed it very much.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to say it's a pleasure being able to come into your homes. And I'd like to thank everybody for the warm welcome they've given me here. You know, I've asked the people in the company of this wrestling program for a little time to come into your homes to explain something that is very, very precious to me, that I've had to work hard all my life for, and it's these feathers. You know, the significance of these feathers, ladies and gentlemen, that you have to achieve a goal, and your tribal chief will hand these feathers down to you. Well, it's really not that simple. You know, when I walk to the ring, there's a lot of little kids, some of the pretty girls, and some of the adults ask me, they say, Jay, can I have a feather? And it saddens me to sit here and say that I can't give you a feather, but ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to sit here and explain to you the reason why I can't. You know, when I was a little kid, in our tribe, and that's what I come from, a tribe in Mescalero, New Mexico, there's about 4 of us that I grew up with, 4 boys that I had to grow up with. And we were raised by what we call our tribal chief. He's one of the governors of our tribe. And the man raised us from ever since we were knee-high to a grasshopper. And in the time he was raising us, we earned these feathers one by one by doing small things, but in honor, by trapping rabbits. We'd go out, go hunting, and each time we would achieve a goal, my tribal chief would award us with one of these feathers. You know, when I was in junior high school, I achieved feathers through academic. In high school, through sports. And ladies and gentlemen, no longer do we have to go out and trap rabbits or kill our deer off in our pastures or our fields to achieve these feathers. Now, our boys, our men, our braves are in different businesses. Some are lawyers, some are doctors. And in my case, I'm a professional wrestler. You know, in the time that I've been in professional wrestling, I have reached a goal that every wrestler dreams about, and that's becoming a world heavyweight tag team champion. And I've done that 5 times. You know, when I was, before I got into professional wrestling, I'd have to prove myself back on the reservation and wrestle the different braves. And in that case, I did achieve more and more feathers. But every one of these feathers, from the time I can remember to now, each one of them has a meaning to it. This is like a tree of life to me. Everything I've done in my life is in this bonnet, handed down from my forefather's own bonnet, which his forefathers gave to him. So like I said, it does sadden me to say no, but ladies and gentlemen, I hope you understand that these feathers, like I said, is a tree of life to me. And everything I've worked for my whole life is represented in this bonnet and this heart. So for right now, I still have to hold my head up, be proud, and be honored that I still get to represent my people and you folks with my tree of life. My head bonnet, like I said, was given to me by my forefathers. And right now, I'd like to say thank you very much for letting me have some of your time. And ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely do love you a lot for supporting me and helping me out a lot. Thank you very much.
Do-it-yourself projects start with a checklist. Home Crafters Warehouse has its own. Check the lowest prices, check the largest inventory, and check this sale.
Check this 21-inch Murray Power Mower. Rear bag convenience, Briggs & Stratton reliability. A Father's Day special for only $179.
The list goes on, so come in and check us out.
Home Crafters Warehouse. You always find more and always pay less.
Guaranteed.
Within 24 hours, the furniture that's on this truck can be in your home.
24 hours. That's all it takes to have a new living room, dinette, or bedroom in the latest styles from top manufacturers. Because now Remco has furniture that you rent to own. Just call us. You don't need credit, and you don't have to put up with factory delays. It's brand new furniture that you can rent for only a month, or own in only a year. It can be in your home in 24 hours if you call Remco right now.
Are you drinking America's best brewed premium beer? Once, all quality beers were brewed with only the purest water and an expensive old world way of brewing called krausening. But today, only one major premium beer is still brewed this way. Only one. Not Miller, Not Coors, not even Budweiser. Only Heileman's old-style beer is still brewed with pure artesian spring water and fully poisoned. Old Style, America's best brewed premium beer.
Hey, don't settle for walking.
Okay, Jerry Bryant waiting in the ring, and we're waiting for his opponent, Mr. Jay Youngblood, who will be in a one-fall, 15-minute time limit bout. As Jay coming out to the ring, relatively new in the area. Hi, Jay. Good to have you right here today. And
Good to be here as usual. You know, first of all, I'd like to say hello to all the people that have... I'd just like to say it was a pleasure being able to have a little bit of these people's time to, you know, explain the situation that I had. Because...
We really enjoyed it and appreciate giving us that. I would try to ignore him until you get up in the ring, and then you'll be ready to go at him. Jerry Bryant standing in there having some work.
I've met this man here.
Dave Brown, Jay Youngblood, and Jay, we're looking forward to seeing you in action right up here.
I got things to do.
We got it. I think Jay's ready to get in there. Whoa! Before the bell sounds or anything else, Dave.
Bryant still with a warm-up jacket on. Well, he was antagonizing Jay Youngblood, dancing around and all of that sort of thing, taunting him, and Jay Youngblood said, hey, just a minute, let me step up to the ring. Well, now Bryant out here on the floor takes the opportunity to get the warm-up jacket off before heading back for the ring. Jay Youngblood, originally from New Mexico, as you heard him say a few moments ago, wrestling out of Texas. Jerry Bryant flipped over the top rope into the ring. Trying to call timeout. Sorry, Jerry, no timeout.
Ooh, Youngblood hit that ring. He was already sitting on ready, going at it, because Bryant had been giving him, I want some Indian, and giving mimicking him about the war. Oh, no, we don't need, hey, no openings for guest commentators today. Kareem Muhammad coming out here. I hear you.
Yes, Russell, I think your TV show needs some help again. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Marvelous. I tell you, it's not the TV show that needs the help. It's Jerry Bryant who needs some help in there right now with
now,
Jay
Lance
Youngblood.
Russell, I've been watching a few minutes of this. Excuse me, Mr. Brown. You're a gentleman, man. You're a gentleman. I use that loosely, though, but anyway.
We now have a guest 357-pound commentator in the form of Mr. Kareem Muhammad of the Zambui Express.
That's right, Lance
Jerry
Russell.
Bryant pounded.
Man, you know, I've been listening to a few minutes, watching this a few minutes, and, you know, I heard that Indian come out here talking about the reason for his feathers and things, and, you know, I passed through a reservation in North Carolina.
There's a cover.
They, don't cut me off, Lance Russell.
Just was adding a little
I passed through a reservation in North Carolina. They call it a reservation, but it's really a prison where they keep all the Indians at.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they get that fire water in them. They have to keep them locked up because they get a little wild and stuff. He talking about chasing rabbits. You think he can chase a rabbit? You think he can really catch a rabbit? Talking about his old man. Him and his old man and mama probably in prison right now. Talking about his old brothers and things growing up and stuff. Oh, feathers and things.
You ever have any decent things to say about people instead of putting them down all the time?
Oh, them Indians cheat. They cheat.
He's got him.
Oh,
One, two.
don't cut me off.
Kick it out.
They cheat all the time. I passed through Hong Kong on the way from Japan. These things sell for $9.95. Them Indians sell them for $19.95.
Yep.
Oh, they just cheat all the time. They old cheap old feathers and things. I wonder how the old thing might feel, you know?
Hey, why don't you just keep your hands off the headdress? It's not yours.
Oh, firewater stuff, get him. He get wild.
Jay Youngblood.
His old brother and mom and dad are probably in prison right now. You know, ain't no such thing as a
Slamming Jerry
reservation.
Bryant. Kareem, get your hands off of that. It's not yours.
Indians. Oh, nasty.
Hey, come on. It's not yours. Put it down.
Hey, Indians. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, nasty. Look at Indian.
Will you take that off and put it down? Jerry Bryant jumps Jay Youngblood from behind while Jay was over here by.
Oh, cheap man. Hey, Indian.
Kareem, take that off and put it back down on the desk.
Hey, man.
Not yours. It doesn't belong to you.
Lance Russell. They ain't no good, no way. Hey, Indian!
Jerry Bryant. All right now, Kareem. That's enough. Come on. Okay, just get out of here. Get your hands off of that. That's a man's personal property. That's something that belongs to him that he's got pride in. Will you quit it? Come on now, take it. Kareem. Oh, boy. You are... that's sickening. Kareem, will you get out? Boy, you may think that's funny. I don't think it's a bit funny out here.
Excited. He must have been on that salt water. What is he mad about?
Tore up the entire headdress that was sitting over here. Here comes Jerry Lawler, the Batten twins, and Yamamoto, and there goes Kareem Muhammad. Boy, that is sickening. I didn't even get the result. It really disqualification on Jerry Bryant, and Kareem Muhammad comes out here and tears up the headdress while I am terribly sorry about it, Jay. I know that doesn't do any good, but okay, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a moment.
We made it big in the 50s.
And rock and roll.
The big things in life have always been our goal. So when we want big chicken cooked up just right,
Only Chip's Big Chicken.
satisfies our appetite. Cause churches take the chicken,
So much big inside
cut it into fewer pieces.
than those other guys.
So dollar for dollar, we get so much more. We love Church's Big Chicken.
That's a yakety yak.
Their big juicy chicken, it always brings us back.
Churches, we give you more of a good thing with 3 ears of corn for just 99 cents with any family or super family order.
All eyes in Metro Memphis are turning towards Ford LTD Brome. Not only for the way it looks and handles, but also for the incredible savings now available at your Memphis Metro Ford dealers. You can get a special value package that comes with all these options, resulting in factory savings of over $1,100 before you get your Memphis Metro Ford dealers' own discounts. Yes, there's a great selection of Ford LTDs right now at
The Affordable Five. The Affordable Five.
Hi, my name is Bill Smith of the Furniture Center, and I'm here to tell you about Furniture Center's no worry, guaranteed lowest price policy. Choose your favorite sofa, Herculon stripe, bright cotton print, or deep pillow back. See it to believe it. Only $2.99. You save $150. If you find our merchandise at a lower price, we'll not only meet that price, we'll pay you 10% of the difference in cash. That's Furniture Center's price guarantee.
What? Were you born yesterday?
Why, does it show?
Well, everyone who's been around a while has heard Sprite tastes better than 7-Up. It's the one with Lyman?
Lyman. Remember that.
It even won the taste test. More people preferred the great taste of Sprite.
So? I think he likes it.
The winning taste of Sprite.
Yeah, okay. I just feel so bad about that incident that took place with that stupid Kareem Muhammad out there. Jerry, I'm sorry, that's a lousy welcome. Can I get you to come over here and sit down with me on that
Sit
side?
here? Yeah. Where you want
Can
me
you do
over?
that? Yeah, if you would, please. Boy, a very, very handsome-looking coat. I love that.
That's it at, well, never mind.
Okay,
We're
sit
gonna
down.
sit down,
Yeah, let's do that. Something a little different today because coming up Monday night, there is something a little different taking place at the Mid-South Coliseum. I think some of you by now may know, and particularly if you've called the hotline, I know you know, that coming up Monday night there will be a Southern heavyweight title match between Jerry Lawler and Randy Macho Man Savage. Now, not only, and that's important enough, the Southern heavyweight title, because I think everybody knows exactly how precious that is to Jerry Lawler from not only a monetary sense, but even more than that from the pride standpoint. More important than the belt is the fact that it is a loser leave town type of a match, and Jerry, you and I have talked about it, and you've told me that while Savage will have to leave town for 1 year. Now, there's been a lot of question about how long, 1 year, a minimum. You have said if you don't win this one, you're not going to climb back in a ring again.
Well, that's basically the situation.
Yeah.
Everybody realizes now that Randy Savage has had the Southern title for quite a while. He has run roughshod over quite a few people since having the title. And he's interfered in a number of my matches, including the match last week. What I was looking for, Lance, was a situation where I go into the different arenas, and the fans say they're constantly bombarded with the question: when are you going to get your belt back? When are you going to get a match with Randy Savage? And as you know, I've had my name in the hat, so to speak, ever since he won the title to try to get another match with him. And, of course, he's gone through a series of matches with Jerry Oski, and basically, though, Lance, I felt like he's been avoiding giving me a rematch.
Right.
Well, I kind of pressed the issue after his involvement in my match last week, and the situation came up where he told Eddie Marlin, I had Eddie Marlin go and ask for another rematch with him, and he told Eddie Marlin that he would give me the rematch with this special set of stipulations. And the stipulation was simply a loser leave town match. And what it boils down to is, as you said, if Randy Savage loses this match, then he's going to be gone from the area, which will tickle me and a lot of the fans, I think, to death for 1 year. And but at the same time, I'm looking at a similar situation. And rather than, it's not necessarily, it wasn't necessarily something that I was going to announce, but it's something that I told you. I talked with my, my family about it. I talked with the promoters about it. Should the situation arise that Randy Savage wins and remains the Southern Heavyweight Champion, rather than leaving this area for, 1 year and going and trying to wrestle elsewhere, I talked with Eddie Marlin. I talked with Tom Renesto. I talked with, as I said, my family, a lot of my friends and things, and it would just be a situation where this would just wind up being basically the last match that I wrestle in,
Boy, does that... that gives you kind of an idea, but of course they're booing on the assumption you're going to get beat by Savage, and I know you don't have any intention of that.
Well, no, exactly right.
Jerry, you have had some unbelievably tough matches, and it comes as no surprise to me when you tell me one of the toughest was the superstar Bill Dundee.
Well, that's right. A loser leave town match puts a great amount of pressure on the participants in it. Not only, of course, there's a possibility that should you lose, what you have to do then, you have to pull up stakes. You have to go to another part of the country, not just another city, but an entire different, what we refer to as territory, another area of the country. You have to move from your home, your family, so to speak, and it's something that nobody relishes. In this profession, all the wrestlers look for a situation where they can wrestle close to home, where they can make a good living, and not have these horrendous trips and that type of schedule. And I have had some big matches like this, loser leave town matches in the past, and fortunately I've always been able to stay. But as you said, one of the toughest that I've ever encountered was Bill Dundee, and I think we may have some...
Let's take a look at Going the Distance right now. Yeah, Jerry. Boy, I tell you, unforgettable. Absolutely, for more reasons than one. Another big loser leave town involved Jimmy Hart through Eddie Gilbert, Jerry.
Yeah, well, without a doubt, I think the fans around this area know that Jimmy Hart plagued not only my life, but everybody's life around here for about 5 years. And it finally boiled down to a situation, as they're seeing here. Eddie Gilbert went into the ring with, with Jimmy Hart's whole career on the line, and we finally forced him into a loser leave town situation. Of course, Hart wasn't able to wrestle himself, so he had enough faith, he had enough confidence in Eddie Gilbert to let Eddie Gilbert represent him in the loser leave town thing, and that's what we're looking at here. Another one that I was fortunate enough to come out on top in.
Gilbert's glassy-eyed almost. Eddie Gilbert staggering to the turnbuckles. He's going to try to finish Lawler off. Jerry coming up off the floor, nails Gilbert. Climbs up on the ropes with him. Lawler grabbing him. Suplex from the second rope. Gilbert turning it over. He's on his knee. Lawler goes down. Gilbert falls across him. They count him. Lawler's shoulders are down. 2. He rolls Gilbert up. 2, 3, got it! Jimmy Hart is gone. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was a big, big, big moment for not only you, but for everybody in the professional wrestling around here for a fact.
It took a lot of years to get rid of Jimmy Hart, and that was one of the toughest matches that I had ever had, but it was well worth all the pain and agony to do away with Jimmy Hart, because he had caused so much pain and wreaked so much havoc around here that he was a part of my career, Lance, that I haven't been proud of. I can tell you that.
Hey, this may sound like I'm assuming that you're going to get beaten. I'm certainly not doing that. But I got to bring up the possibility that if you lose, well, you've already said what's going to happen. And
everything that's going to happen. Let me just say this. That was one of the primary concerns. What do you do after almost 13 years of being a professional wrestler? One of the things that I can tell you, Lance, and everybody that's out there listen, because this is some of the most valuable advice, and it's very, very simple, that I ever had in my whole life. I remember when I first started wrestling. Jackie Fargo was the big star in this area, and I would get to every now and then maybe get booked in Jonesboro or maybe Batesville, Mississippi, somewhere close around the Memphis area, and I would get to make some trips with Jackie, and he would always look over to me, kid, and on all the trips, and he'd say, "Kid, save your money." And so I'll tell that to everybody out there too. Fortunately, Lance, should something arise, I have saved my money. I have been able to invest in a few things like that. So, in other words, I'm not. If something happens, I lose a match, you're not going to see me out on the street corner selling pencils or something like that. It'll be a little bit more pleasant situation than that.
Jerry, how in the world did all of this begin with Savage?
Oh, wow. Well, we're talking about, I don't think we have enough time in the rest of the show to get into that. Basically, that goes back a long way, too, Lance. There was so much, and I really can't honestly tell you where it all first began, but I know there was a problem with Randy Savage not being able to wrestle for this particular organization, or at least that's what he claimed. He filed like a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against this organization, and somehow his animosity, I guess because maybe I was the featured wrestler, all centered around me. Maybe because I to him represented this organization as a wrestler. His hometown, by the way, now is Lexington, Kentucky, and I think we have a piece of footage where he bought a ticket to the matches. And when I was wrestling there in the arena, he bought a ticket and for months would have a front row seat and trying to antagonize me. And I believe we have a film of a challenge that he made there one night in Lexington.
Yeah, let's look at that.
tell me something, Big Daddy.
Keep that under and let's have it. Yeah, the situation here, Jerry, what he is hollering, let me have 5 minutes with the king up there. He called you the queen at that time.
Yeah, well, as you can see, we were ready to wrestle there in Rupp Arena, and like I said, for months, he would buy a ticket, have a front row seat, and there the police, the security guards, Eddie Marlin, those guys had to restrain him, take him out of the arena, threaten him with arrest. Finally, through all of his persistence, and as I said, the lawsuit, all of this stuff continued. We finally got Eddie Marlin to book the match, and I wrestled. I've wrestled against him several times, and this I guess is finally just the culmination of all of that, Lance. It's all boiled down to this. Randy Savage obviously feels like that this particular area is not big enough for the two of us, and he's not going to.
Well, okay, now you guys.
Money in a lot of pencils, Lawler, because that's what you are going to be doing.
Come on,
I'll
Randy.
tell you something. Tell him, Randy.
Oh, man. You know, Jerry Lawler, no, wait a minute. Come here. You make me laugh, but you make me sick at the same time. You make me laugh and you make me sick at the same time. You disgust me in how you talk. You understand that? You know that how many times that I've laid awake at night and thought of your silly little grin that you put on your face when you talk about different things? No problem, baby, because we're talking loser leaves town. You slap me, I slap you, it doesn't matter, but we're talking about the ultimate confrontation.
Well, let's wait for
to
the
decide
ring,
the
will you
thing.
please?
And there ain't no problem, man.
Okay.
I about turned my back on you, didn't I? Yeah. Let me tell you something, baby. I don't like you. You don't like me, and you make me sick. And I'll tell you what, you make me laugh too. Give me the silly little grin when you get into the ring with me, and I'm going to have a real good time with you, because you don't know who you are with. No, you don't. I am the greatest professional wrestler that ever lived. Past, present, and future, and I'm talking 100,000 light years into the future. And 5 years from now, all the people out there are going to say that the Macho Man Randy Savage did what he said he was going to do. You understand that? Let me see your silly little grin. You can really grin real silly later.
You know, Lawler, you said to these people, the people are asking you, when you're going to get the Southern Heavyweight title back. It's the day after never. Now, let me say one more thing. When are you going to leave the South and the United States? It's going to be Monday night, Lawler.
We don't have to hear your lip. We don't have to hear your Monday night. It's me, you,
No. One thing. I want to know who the referee's going to be. Who's the referee going to be? Hey, who's the referee going to be?
The referee probably is going to be Jerry Calhoun.
No, it is not. Wait a minute. Come here. There ain't going to be no Jerry Calhoun. That's your softball, buddy.
This is the last day you're on this show, Lawler. Go on. Okay, Randy. Go on.
Hey, come on.
You just wait a minute right now. They just said that the referee's going to be Jerry Calhoun.
What?
There ain't no way. No loser.
We don't want any hometown referee. That's not impartial.
Hey, that's up to the promoters. They're the one that assigned the referee, and that's who is assigned.
Let me say this. You put on a nice little show. You come out here, you've done your little job well. You might have impressed all of these people, but you don't impress me. And you don't impress me, Tux Newman. Let me tell you this. We don't have to have Jerry Calhoun in the ring. You're right. He's a friend of mine, but he's an impartial referee. He don't have to be in the ring, brother. We don't have to have any referee in the ring. Just me and you. And there's no disqualification. There's no time limit. There's only going to be one of us left, brother, and it ain't going to be you, okay?
Hey, come on. Okay. We got to get on.
Give me a kiss.
No referee has been agreed.
No referee,
okay.
baby.
That's
no
it.
referee.
It'll be happening. And like the man says, one way or the other, it's going to be done my way, according to the king.
I want him to kiss me goodbye, baby, because I guarantee victory.
Okay,
yeah.
Randy.
No referee.
And now, in this near, so I face final curtain, my friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full, I traveled each and every byway, oh,
watch. We mean an A-Watch. You don't want a watch, you want A-Watch on the Tron.
You can have a watch, but you can't have two a watch.
2 A-Watch, 3 A-Watch, 4 A-Watch, 5
A-Watch by Armatron. Swiss quartz accuracy, water resistant, incredibly inexpensive. No matter which watch you watch.
You don't want a watch, you want A-Watch on the Tron.
Richard Petty talks about his all-time driving headaches.
Rockingham, 65. Now, that was a goodie. Bristol, 74. That was another goodie. Daytona, 82. That was definitely a goodie. I've won over 200 races, but I've had over 700 headaches. So just take it from me. Goodies gets rid of the pain fast, and that's what counts.
Goody's headache powders and extra strength tablets.
What makes Champion TV your first choice in rent-to-own? Is it Champion's large selection of brand-name TVs? Is it our easy rent-to-own program? Is it Champion's quick delivery and free service? Maybe it's our great selection of furniture. Or how about these awesome stereos from Techniques, Pioneer, Sony, and Fisher? At Champion TV, you get all of these reasons and more. Come on, pick up the phone and rent-to-own the Champion way.
Champion makes it easy to own.
As soon as that clap goes, I hear this hungry. And it's like, get me a Snickers bar.
Snickers satisfies you.
If you can have a snack, it might as well be a Snickers because my hunger's controlled until dinner.
Packed with fresh peanuts, peanut butter nougat, caramel, and milk chocolate.
Satisfies you.
Packed with peanuts, Snickers really satisfies.
All the way through the whole bar, it's packed with peanuts. You gotta have a Snickers bar. I mean, it's the thing that satisfies you.
Okay, we got another match coming up. Before we get to it in the ring right now, I want to introduce, and I think this gentleman is somebody that everybody is pretty familiar with, wrestled for a long time and very successful, has a son, Ken Wayne, who's a professional wrestler. Buddy Wayne. Buddy?
Yeah, Lance, I appreciate you having me out here. What I want to do, I want to explain something that happened this past Monday night at Mid-South Coliseum.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Lance, I haven't wrestled now in several years. I had been in the limelight of wrestling, which I've been back in promotion. I've been having publicity, doing other things. This past week, Phil Hickerson and the Spoiler was wrestling. They came out and asked me to come to their corner as their manager. Sat in their corner, which I did. I've known both these boys for a number of years, 10 years. They wrestled in towns I promoted, and I figured, well, they've done me favors, I'll do them one. I went out there, and as I said before, I did not come out to the Coliseum Monday night to be involved in any way in the ring. I came out to watch the matches. I'm always watching talent, watching things, because as I said, I promote wrestling. I like to watch these wrestlers and try to book them in towns that the fans would want to see. Well, when they came back to ask me to come out, I said, sure, I'll go out with you. Well, in the course of the match, Phil Hickerson and the Spoiler blamed me for losing the match. And
yes, I remember
that.
Well,
it was not my fault.
Oh, okay.
It was not my fault they lost the match. If they get in the ring and they can't do what they're supposed to do, I don't even need them. As I said, I don't want to be in the limelight of wrestling, but I am going to do it now because this is my hometown, Memphis. I'm not going to be humiliated right here in Memphis in front of all these people. So since they have thrust me back in the limelight, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take two wrestlers. They're young wrestlers. They're good wrestlers. I'm going to show you with the proper training, the proper guidance, and the wisdom, they can go to the top.
Well, who are you talking about?
Well, just let's bring them out.
Buddy Wayne talking about a new team. Oh, Billy Travis and Ron Sexton.
So I'm going to show you these men will be champions because they both want to wrestle. So let's get their opponents out here.
Well, let me tell you, their opponents are pretty tough nuts to crack themselves. I'm talking about the fabulous ones. Stan Lane, Steve Kern. Pretty hard way to start out for them.
Fabulous ones are good wrestlers. I'm not going to take that away. But why start at the bottom? Let's start and beat the top.
That's where
the people will know that these men are champion wrestlers.
Right. Okay, let's ring the bell, and we're ready to get underway as we'll go to the ring right now with Ron Sexton and Billy Travis and a new team under the tutelage of Buddy Wayne. And starting on top, that's for a fact, because they'll be going against the team of the fabulous ones, Stan and Steve. And here's Stan Lane.
Hello, Lance.
Yeah, Stan.
How are you?
You all are scheduled in tag match right here.
Yeah, you know, I feel kind of funny out here. I feel a little bit naked, not only because I got short tights on for the first time in 3 years, but because my partner Steve Kern is not here with me. He got an important phone call this morning. He's got some property down in Tampa. He's been trying to sell a house for 4 years, and they finally got a phone call. He had to fly down there and close the deal today, so he won't be here, but that's no problem. Because, see, I had a real good night last night, if you catch my drift, and I'm feeling good, and I'll wrestle either one of the guys. I'll wrestle both of them one at a time. They're better to me. I'll even wrestle that hog-headed guy right there if you want me to, Lance. So
Okay.
no problem, okay?
Stan is ready up there. He said he'll take on either one of them.
All right, first thing I said when I came out here, that these men are a tag team. I didn't say they're wrestling individual wrestlers. They're a tag team. Now, where is Steve Kern?
Well, he is out of town. Stan just said he had some business.
Wait, no. Where is Steve Kern?
He is down in Tampa, Florida.
He's not in the studio.
No.
He's where? He's not in Memphis.
That is correct.
He's in Tampa? Okay, he's in Tampa. He's not. Now, he didn't miss a plane going to be in here late, is he?
No,
In
he's
other
down
words,
there. He had
boys,
some business down there.
Okay. In other words, Kern is in Tampa, Florida right now.
That's correct.
Okay, well, they're going to wrestle him. Or he can just walk out and give us the match.
Well,
it's a tag.
No, one of them. Pick one of them, buddy. He said he would wrestle either one of them. Hey, as not both of them, as Billy Travis and Ron Sexton jump in the ring. Both of them, and look at that lane go. Knee on Billy Travis. Has Ron Sexton already out of the ring. And he's going after Billy Travis. Buddy Wayne may have outsmarted himself on behalf of both of his members of his team.
Out of the area. Well, he has not gone back to the dressing room. I can see him back in another part of the wrestling area. Buddy Wayne helping him back. He rolls him back in the ring. Stan Lane lets go of Billy Travis and goes to work on, well, both of them again now. Sexton firing a left arm. Stan slams their heads together, and both of them hit the mat. Stan Lane after Ron Sexton. Look out, Buddy Wayne up in the ring now. That's going to end this match. Disqualification. Look out, Buddy Wayne with a shoe off, and with a heel of it, he hammers Stan Lane in the back of the head. Here comes Lawler. The King in to help out Stan Lane. Here comes the PYT.
Oh, boy, look out, Dave.
Stan Lane out on the floor. That's the King against both of the PYT in the ring right there.
Meanwhile, Travis and Sexton are over here beating on Stan Lane.
Randy Savage.
Here's Savage. Savage puts Lawler down on the floor. Yamamoto comes out.
Travis and Sexton have Stan Lane cut open on the floor over here. Got a cut on the forehead. Savage and Lawler, meanwhile, going at it on the right of your screen over here.
PYT on Tojo as Savage has Lawler and blasts him. Right, look, Jerry is cut also, Dave. Lane
Boy, sure is.
Lawler cut right over the right eye, and now he's going after Savage. The ball going on. They can't get it stopped. As Lawler hammering the Macho Man. Stan Lane trying to fight his way through.
There's Tojo with a wooden shoe.
Yamamoto's getting somebody's attention with a wooden shoe. Trying to get this thing stopped. We're going to need to take a break here. Right in the middle of all of this mayhem.
Look out.
Lane puts Sexton down.
It's easy to offer the lowest prices if you don't have to prove it. Central prices are the lowest.
Nobody but nobody can beat our race. Rich on a new Whirlpool appliance, RCA TV, VCRs at rates you won't believe. The best rental deals in town on RCA and Whirlpool. Shop around, get a price, then come and make me beat it. Over 20,000 satisfied Memphians have found the best deal at Central. I personally guarantee it.
Central, we make living easy.
Acres and acres of double-crop soybeans are coming up clean year after year because no-till farmers are moving away from a Paraquat tank mix to Bronco herbicide. Bronco controls both emerged and unemerged weeds, roots and all. Even tough weeds like fall panicum and smartweed won't grow back. If you want to see your double-crop beans come up clean, take your stand against tough weeds with Bronco.
Okay, everybody, what's happening right now at McDonald's?
The Trivial Pursuit quiz with Gina's 2 questions.
Pretty smart. But are we playing just for fun? Well, then what can we win?
A Big Mac.
Prize. And?
Trivial Pursuit sampler pack.
Good. And?
Would you believe a whole Trivial Pursuit board game?
Okay, Big Mac fans. Now, how long does it take to hard boil an ostrich egg?
Better hurry. Time's ticking away at McDonald's.
I'm Doug Barr, and I like to think that I'm the man with the moves. Well, now I've discovered a new move. From Mountain Dew to Mellow Yellow. You know, I used to think Mountain Dew and Mellow Yellow were pretty much the same. And then I tried Mellow Yellow, and you know what? I like Mellow Yellow better. Smooth move. Listen, if you're still drinking Mountain Dew, well, what are you waiting for? Make the Mellow Yellow move.
Okay, what I want to do right now is to remind you folks that we'd love to have you right up here at Championship Wrestling at WMC TV for Championship Wrestling. The tickets are free, an opportunity for you to get tickets. So as you take a look, and this gives you an opportunity while we hold this up here to take this address down, let me tell you, the tickets are free, but when you write for Championship Wrestling tickets, please enclose a stamped, self-addressed envelope. Address an envelope to yourself. Put a stamp on it. Do not seal it. Fold it up inside of the request for the tickets with your name and the number of tickets. 4 is what we ask you to limit your request unless specifically you have a family that's larger than that. Send it to Championship Wrestling, WMC TV, 1960 Union Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, and the zip code 38104. Now, those are the particulars on it. We will get the tickets back to you just as soon as you come up. First come, first serve. So get your ticket request out today. The tickets are free. Championship Wrestling, WMC TV, 1960 Union, Memphis 38104. And we'll see you right out here in the audience. Okay, right now, want to talk to you about the action coming up Monday night down at the Mid-South Coliseum. 9 matches, and brother, I'll tell you, you have really got some dynamite action coming on the 9 matches. The tickets are available at the Mid-South Coliseum starting on Monday, all day on Monday, and you've got regular prices in effect. Bell time is 8 o'clock. Children 10 and under admitted for $1 to general admission. And of the 9 matches, you'll be seeing Exotic Adrian Street going against Brad Batten. Billy Travis and Ron Sexton will be going against Tracy Smothers and Speedy Talltree. Mexican Angel, you saw for the first time today, he will be in the Coliseum against Mark Batten. Jay Youngblood will be going against J.R. Hogg. Jerry Oski will be facing Jerry Bryant. Then comes a Southern Tag Title match in which Tojo Yamamoto and Jerry Jarrett will be challenging for the Southern Tag Titles against the PYT, the current champions. The Fabulous Ones will be taking on the large team of Bruiser Brody and Kareem Muhammad, followed by, and look at this one, a special cage match. You are going to see the Fabulous One, Jackie Fargo, inside the big steel with Tux Newman, and that is going to be worth the price of admission. The final match is going to be Jerry Lawler, Randy Savage, in a Southern Heavyweight title match. If Lawler loses, he will not climb into the ring again. If Savage loses, he must leave town for 1 year. No time, no disqualification. There must be a winner, and there will be no referee in the ring. That, my friend, is the action coming up at the Coliseum Monday night with regular prices in store. You got to be down there with us. What a compelling night of action it will be. One of the people that I had a lot of reaction when I announced the match, a cage match, Tux Newman in a cage with Jackie Fargo. They love it.
I'm shaking about a has-been wrestler who hasn't put on tights in years, who is the old. He's finished. I'm what's new. You know, legends go and legends come. Jackie Fargo is going. Tux Newman is coming.
Well, Jackie Fargo had some comments to make about a never-was wrestler. Let's listen on videotape.
Where is he?
Hey, just give us time. We got videotape of it right here.
I'm going to talk directly to you, Tux Newman. I don't know who's as stupid as you or I. Maybe I'm as stupid as you are. To get in a ring with a big piece like you, I must be crazy. I've got everything to lose. 25 years of sweat and blood, baby. Millions of miles. Many heartaches. A lot of happy days, too. But all that's right here in Memphis Monday night is at stake. Because of a big you that don't even belong in my business has humiliated me in front of the people in Memphis. They respect me here in Memphis. I respect myself. I got more self-pride than any man you'll ever see, and you heard it. Well, let me tell you something, baby cakes. This Monday night, it's me or you. Now, you know, and I know, and everybody around us knows, there's no way in a million years that you could whip me. But I can't go out there in that ring with you in a cage and just whip you. I've got to destroy you, Pally. I've got to destroy you. And if you think that I can't do it, or if I'm going to have my feelings hurt over doing it, you're wrong. And Tux Newman, you're going to be humiliated and crying so bad. You know why? Look, pal, you're looking at a veteran. If you think I hadn't been there, take a look right here. I've been there and back, baby. I've been there and back. And I got a lot of riding Monday night. I got a lot at stake. I got a lot at stake, pal. If you ever show up in Memphis after Monday night, then I'm the loser. I'm the loser. And I've always been a winner.
I'll let Jackie
He's
Fargo.
already a loser. Did you see what his face looked like in that picture?
I saw it.
Did you see all the blood and all the bruises?
Yeah.
Yeah? Listen, Jackie Fargo may have been a legend in his time. He may have a lot of muscles and a lot of brawn and be a big top wrestling star. But I've got something up here, and that's intelligence. That's not what Fargo has. You think I'm getting into the Mid-South Coliseum, in the ring, into a cage, with nothing up my sleeve? You think I'm going to go in there? You think I'm going to go in there unprepared, Lance Russell? No way. And let me tell you something that's very interesting. That is that Jackie Fargo is a total nothing. I want the fans to know it, and if the fans don't believe me, then they should all come out Monday night and watch what I do to Jackie Fargo. I've always said something. If you want something done right, you do it yourself. Isn't that correct? So I am going to go in there and do it myself in a cage which I asked for. And Fargo, you nothing but a silly putty idiot. I had you beat last Monday. I had you down. I was choking you. I had you beat. I'm going to do the same thing in a cage this Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum. And if you fans don't think I'm telling the truth, as I've done always in the past, come on and see for yourself.
Yeah, in a cage where your friends can't get in and you can't get out. Monday night, boy, that's got to be a must on your schedule. See you there. Back in a moment.
We play a great game, so for the good sports here, we'll buy the beer. Oh, oh, if you're aiming for a bowl, take beer. You wait, the Bulls got more. nothing like a bull.
This weekend, CMC's 24-hour sale with hourly specials at rock-bottom prices.
Like any of these compact disc players, values from $600 to $1,000, your choice just $299. Hundreds of items drastically reduced. Pioneer's most popular AM/FM cassette car stereo is just $97. All the top brands at the lowest prices. Like this cable-ready symphonic VHS video recorder, only $299.
CMC's 24-hour sale. We wouldn't stay up all night if we didn't have something really special.
The age of electronics is now, and Aaron Rent's Electronics has what you want at incredibly low prices. Save up to 30% and more when you rent TVs, stereos, microwave ovens, and VCRs. Rent 19-inch color TVs for only $31.50 a month, or a complete stereo system for only $37 a month. Rent for a short time or rent to own in 18 months. You don't need established credit, and service is free while you rent. Aaron Rents, the value leader in rentals for over 30 years in Memphis. Call 345-1155.
Levy used auto parts can save you money. Most parts sell for 50 to 70% less than new parts, and all parts are fully guaranteed, or you can get a cash refund on return parts with receipt. Why pay more for the auto parts you need? Remember, you can save every day at Levy Auto Parts. 3 locations, 1720 North Thomas at Levy Road, 2125 Person at Airways, and 1356 North 7th Street at 2nd. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 8. Open Saturdays, 8 till 3. Introducing out of the Ozark Mountains at 331 pounds, J.R. Hogg. And going against him from Japan, 230 pounds, Tojo Yamamoto. One fall, 15-minute time limit match coming up with Jerry Calhoun, the referee. As the bell sounds, J.R. Hogg quickly out of the corner, but quickly Tojo Yamamoto spins and hits him with a couple of chops, the patented chop. Tojo does it better than anybody you have ever seen or ever will see, probably, in a professional wrestling match. Throwing the chop. J.R. Hogg using a broad arm. Ooh, chop gets him off his feet. And the 330-pounder is now walking around outside the ring after being run out of there by Tojo. Tojo kind of halfway shoved the referee out of the way, trying to get to J.R. Hogg before he steps back through the ropes. Hogg is back in there now. Back in the corner, hair pulling, and the referee's calling for a break. Tojo. A break with an assist from the referee. There again, the referee calling for him to break it. J.R. Hogg with a boot to the midsection. Broad arm. Tojo slowed him down with a chop and back in the corner. Referee wants him out of the corner. Wants him to quit choking and pulling hair, too. Well, they're out of one corner, but over close to the other. Tojo. Again with a chop. J.R. Hogg. Well, in the battle of the forearms and the chops here, Tojo Yamamoto at least is ahead on points. Wow, he unloaded on a couple of vicious chops there. J.R. Hogg bounces off the rope down to the mat. Count is 1, 2. He got him. Tojo outlasted him and had no particular trouble doing it either. As he wraps it up, Tojo Yamamoto right there, the winner in 2 minutes, 9 seconds as he defeats J.R. Hogg. There's more championship wrestling to go, and we'll be back with it in just a moment.
If eating the same old chicken has gone to your head, try a box of Bojangles' uniquely seasoned fried chicken.
Thank you.
Now at a special price.
This is Bob Silvertongue Hope here to tell you about the new Silver Pages, the senior citizen discount directory from Southwestern Bell Publications. It's a complete specialty directory just for seniors who are looking for businesses that make special offers to those 60 and over. Everything seniors need to make their lives a little easier. helpful information on agencies on aging, services, programs, transportation. Where were these deals when I was on the road with you-know-who? And that's before you get to the real stars of the book, businesses with colorful messages for seniors. I asked George Burns about his mature outlook, and he said he was out looking for girls. Others offer discounts on everything from arts and crafts to restaurants to travel, and here's one right down my fairway, golf courses. Future announcements will tell you how to get your free discount card that'll introduce you to area businesses that'll be giving you more for your money. The Silver Pages, where businesses say welcome to senior citizens. I wonder if they have any good jokes at a discount. Hi-ho, Silver.
The incredible has happened. The impossible has become a reality. Coke actually tastes better than ever before. Yes, Coke has a new taste. And I'm standing here with this ice-cold, thirst-quenching, deliciously satisfying Coca-Cola, and it actually tastes better. Now, you know me, I always loved Coke for years and years. I like this Coke better. The new taste of Coca-Cola, better than ever before. Now, more than ever, Coke is it.
Hey guys, did you know Southland is now open on Tuesday? For your next night out, 5 nights a week, bet on us, Southland!
Jackson. All right, going to tell you about the action coming up around the territory in just a moment. First, though, a couple of reminders for you. Then tomorrow here on TV5, it's the Jerry Lawler Show at 11 o'clock. Mr. Kareem Muhammad will be guest hosting again tomorrow on the Jerry Lawler Show. He will have his guest, Tux Newman, and Randy Macho Man Savage. Also, he will have Lawler in what he calls the bad guys segment. So that's the Jerry Lawler Show with Kareem Muhammad as the guest host tomorrow morning, 11 on TV5. Also, Championship Wrestling will be on next week at 10:30. 10:30, half hour early next week right here on TV5. All right, let's take a look at the action coming up around the Mid-South. It begins tonight. And tonight in Marks, Mississippi, you will see the King, Jerry Lawler. The exotic Adrian Street will be there. All the other folks you see right here. That's at Quitman County High School, Marks, Mississippi tonight. Tomorrow night in Jackson, 8 o'clock is wrestling time. The King will be there. Jerry Oski will be there. Both of the fabulous ones, Stan and Steve, will be in Jackson, Tennessee tomorrow night. And Tojo and Jerry Jarrett will be there in a street fight. Box office opens at 12 noon tomorrow in Jackson. Children under 10 are admitted to general admission for $3. That's tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, Jackson, Tennessee. Coming up Friday the 7th in Blytheville, Arkansas at the American Legion Arena. 6 big matches on the card there, including the Mexican Angel, who we saw here for the first time today. On Friday night, June 14th, Paragould, Arkansas for championship wrestling action. On Paragould High School is where that'll be. Blindfold Battle Royal included on the card. Jay Youngblood also will be there. That's in Paragould on the 14th. On Friday, June 21st, Union City, Tennessee at the high school. 2 title matches will be included on that card in Union City. Jay Youngblood also is going to be in Union City on the 21st. Same night, Friday, June 21st in Kennett, Missouri. On Saturday, June 22nd, Championship Wrestling will be back in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Friday the 28th, Dyersburg, Tennessee at the Community College. And coming soon, Championship Wrestling will be in Somerville, Tennessee. Okay?
Dave, any of the matches that you just read, Lawler and Savage, they'll fulfill their commitments through this Friday, but after that, whoever loses will not be in any of those towns.
Okay, so it's not just Memphis, it's the entire territory, huh? Okay, thanks very much for the information there. So we'll wait for the outcome of that match to see exactly who's going to be in all these places. We got more action coming up here. We're going to get to it in the ring right now.
Okay, we're waiting now for the big main event action. It'll put the PYT in against the Battens. The PYT, of course, by the ruling of a AWA situation, have the belts back and are the AWA Southern Tag Champions. The Battens, Mark and Brad in the ring right now, and coming out, Stan Lane. Stan, come on in here. Yeah.
Lance, I won't take too much of your time. I just watched the videotape back there, and not only was I fighting 3 guys at one time, but that big fat Buddy Wayne pulled off that ugly Payless white Corfam shoe and nailed me in the head twice with it. I just made a long-distance phone call to Tampa and talked to Steve, my partner, and he assured me he'll be on a flight tonight. He will be in Jackson tomorrow and also Memphis Monday night. Why don't you shut up, goof? That's about all I'm going to take out here. You know, it's getting a little sickening, Lance. When I come out here and I sit out and wrestle one at a time, or I'd wrestle both of them one at a time, didn't matter to me, and then all 3 of them jump in there. Let me tell you guys something. Billy Travis, what's the other guy's name? Sexton?
Ron Sexton.
Yeah, last time he had sex was reading his old man's Playboy magazine in '68. Let me tell you something, guys. I don't care where it is. It might be in the parking lot out here. It might be in a bar. It might be in the no-name club, Coco, where I don't care where it is. It might be in the ring, too. Steve and I are going to be watching those guys. We're going to pay them back for this. And Buddy Wayne, that's for you. When we get through with you, you're going to be happy. You know why you're going to be happy? Because you're going to lose about 40 pounds of that fat blubber. You're going to think you died with the Herbalife heaven, Buddy Wayne. We're going to kick your butt, boy. I mean it. All three of you are going to get yours.
Okay, Stan Lane. We're ready for the... why don't you guys get up in the ring and let us get on with it? Dave, let's have the introduction instead of standing out here trying to fight.
This is going to be a match to the expiration of time. Introducing from Charleston, West Virginia, at a total weight of 454 pounds, Mark and Brad, the Batten twins. And going against them at a total weight of 464 pounds from Memphis, Tennessee and Union City, Tennessee, Norvell Austin and Coco Ware, the PYT, and they are the holders of the Southern Tag Team titles. Those are the belts they have around their waist right now. This match, the expiration of time, Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Okay, the belts coming off of the PYT, Norvell and Coco Ware, as the Battens paring down to one man to start it out with. I really can't see at the moment who we've got. Bell time, and we're ready to go with Norvell Austin starting. And it's Brad starting out. Referee Jerry Calhoun. I don't know what the problem is.
I think PYT is a little unhappy with some of the comments that some of the fans have made, and they're paying more attention to them than their opponents, is all it is. Referee trying to get the action underway. And now it is.
We do, in fact, have the action underway with two outstanding young athletes, Mark and Brad Batten, going against the rugged team. Hey, will you just wrestle up there and stop? Coco Ware is up here talking about the noise and all that stuff, you know. In the air, and Brad bumps Norvell Austin off that canvas hard. Norvell, of course, saying he used the tights. He didn't. Wouldn't make any difference if he did. He still snatched him up and slammed him down and caught the more experienced Austin completely by surprise with the maneuver. Good maneuver.
Coco Ware still wandering down the apron. He was all the way down, quarter of the way around the ring.
Norvell fired in, but a shoulder puts Batten down over the top. And a very nice hip toss. Caught him coming off on the slingshot from the rope, planted the hips and busted him over the top and right down into it. And all that PYT can do is complain about using a tight.
Norvell slowed down by the Batten twins. Batten twins have made a tag. Where Coco is still paying more attention to the crowd than to the action in the ring. Of course, he is not the legal man in the ring right now. That would be Norvell Austin, who has the side headlock now. Oh, Coco from outside. Tried to kick Batten in the back. He dumps Norvell Austin high in the air and over his back, and Norvell's had enough. He heads for the corner. He's made a tag on Coco. And the Batten twins looking mighty good here in the first 2 minutes, 45 seconds of this expiration of time match. Coco Ware has been out talking to the crowd, complaining to us, complaining to the referee, complaining about everything. Don't be fooled, though. His attention can instantly go to the business at hand. That's what it's done right there as he nails Batten with a couple of right fists. He had it doubled up. Oh, attention diverted just long enough, though. When he turned around, Mr. Batten laid a right hand on him. And he laid it right in his face. Coco Ware. What a crowd loving it. After the grief he's been giving them for the last couple of minutes. 3.5 minutes gone. PYT, Southern Tag Team title holders. Belts are not at stake in this match. But they have them. Battens make a tag. Battens, good quick action over in their corner. Tagging quickly. Keeping Coco Ware off balance. And the PYT has been in trouble this entire match.
Well, you know, all it would take to spring the Battens out and really bring them through would be a win over a team like the PYT. These guys are such fine athletes and are so ready and have been so close and given every team that they ever faced a really hard way to go. A win over PYT could just break them out and start them on their way.
I think you're absolutely right, and I don't know if it'll be today or somewhere down the line, but that's going to happen for this Batten team. They've consistently gone against the toughest competition in the area. And the PYT ranks right at the top. Norvell Austin back in. He's going with that headlock. That has worked better for him than just about anything else today. Both of them using the ropes. Batten lets him go by. Sets. Oh, Norvell was ready for him. Double hand across the back of the neck. There's a tag. Coco Ware. And here's where the PYT is so dangerous. You make one mistake, and boy, they lock right in on it, and they won't let up.
And you called it right on the button. Look at that clothesline. He knocked him right out of his shoes almost. Coco Ware tags out to Norvell Austin. It all happened after the crisscross. He went down for a backdrop on Norvell, and Norvell simply controlled a slingshot off the ropes and dropped an elbow on him, and boy, that was the mistake that they were waiting for. And the PYT just grinding it out on the Batten twins right now. Shot with the right hand, but Norvell comes back with a forearm. Drives Batten down to his knees. There's a tag.
Good. Double forearm. Batten got weak in the knees that time, but stayed on his feet. He ducks under. Presses Coco to the mat. 1, 2. Couldn't hold him for a 3 count. Count of 2 was all he could get. Coco back on his feet quickly. Grabs Batten. Fires him into the ropes. Ooh,
boy.
Wow, what a slam. Norvell with a cover. 1, 2. He made it stick. He got him with a 3 count. PYT in a hard-earned victory in the first fall over Mark and Brad Batten. 6:43 the time on it. Most of the time the Batten twins were in control, but they weren't when the count of 3 fell, and that's what counts.
And as much as you hate to give him credit sometime because of the way he runs his mouth, Coco Ware, a sensational power slam. Did you see him grab him off the rope, turned him around, and slammed him with that power slam? Just drove him. Watch this. Coco, in one motion, turns him over, drives him down, and, brother, he drove him down with such power, Dave, it was all over but the counting right there.
Right.
Good night. PYT, got to take your hat off to him. Dave said it, and he called it right. Give him a mistake, and you are done. We're not through here. We're going to take time out and check our time, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Aladdin, sweetie, I love the house. And the tiara's a nice touch. But you're blowing our third wish with this tired chicken.
You're up? It's the wrong chicken.
Oh, yuck.
Don't you have any taste?
Who you gonna turn to?
Oh, Allie, Kentucky Fried Chicken and biscuits. Oh, and who's the cute guy?
Guy? What guy?
Kentucky Fried Chicken, we do chicken right.
Girls, Glenn and Kmart are having this contest where they're giving away one of these great dolls.
more. The grand prize, a real Curtis helmet that's silver and pool, should get your parents to sign up. If that's not enough, tell your dad Kmart has all the glue and paint on sale. Look, get him with the house and pool or get him with the paint. Get him to Kmart, because this baby's worth it.
You can't do better than Kmart. Round here you can tell a friend's a friend. When you need him, he's there.
There's still a place where friend is a word you take seriously, where beer is beer, and the brand is Miller.
Miller's made the American way. Born and brewed in the USA. Just as proud as the people who are drinking it today.
Miller Beer. Purity you can see, quality you can taste.
Miller's made the American way.
Need relief from athlete's foot?
Feel the Desonex difference.
Medicated Desonex does more than just cure athlete's foot. Used daily, Desonex helps prevent reinfection.
In case you didn't catch it a little while ago, we want to tell all the wrestling fans that next week we will be on the air at 10:30 due to some programming, tennis, probably the finals of the French tennis or something like that. We'll be on the air a half hour earlier so that it'll be 10:30 to 12 noon next week for championship wrestling.
This week. Coming up in just a few minutes, as a matter of fact, we're going to be joining Major League Baseball. It'll be Cincinnati and St. Louis. Cardinals got a 5-0 victory last night. Tommy Herr is leading the league in hitting, and the Cardinal pitcher had a perfect game going for almost 8 innings, so that should be another good game. Cincinnati and the Cardinals, 12:30, following us.
Boy, they got some hot prospects on that Cardinal
got
team.
some guys that can steal bases, let me tell you.
You got that right. Very, very exciting. Hey, listen, I'll tell you something exciting. 9 matches, regular prices. That's Monday night. That's exciting, friend. And not just 9 matches. I mean dandies. Quickly going through the opening bouts, it'll be Adrian Street against Brad Batten, Billy Travis and Ron Sexton against Tracy Smothers, Speedy Talltree, Mexican Angel against Mark Batten, Jay Youngblood against J.R. Hogg, Jerry Oski against Jerry Bryant. Then a Southern Tag Team title match with Tojo Yamamoto and Jerry Jarrett challenging the PYT. It'll be the fabulous one, Stan and Steve, going against Bruiser Brody, Kareem Muhammad. Hey, here's one that's worth the price of admission, a cage match. Can you picture Tux Newman in there with Jackie Fargo? Now, he said a lot of things about Fargo, hadn't been in the ring and all of that. Let me tell you, Fargo is going to eat his lunch, brother. And after it's all over with, we're going to settle down for a Southern heavyweight title match. Lawler challenging Randy Macho Man Savage. And, brother, when you put the stipulations of no time limit, no disqualification, Savage loses, he's gone for at least a year. Lawler loses, he will not return to the ring. He's made that commitment. There will be no referee in the ring. What a night at regular prices. I will positively see you there Monday night at the Coliseum. Dave, how about the action today?
Wow. Well, today we had Kareem Muhammad in here. Defeated Keith Eric. It only took him 50 seconds to do it. The Mexican Angel, our first look at him, got a win over David Johnson. Jay Youngblood defeated Jerry Bryant by disqualification, even though his headband was torn up by Kareem Muhammad. Then it was the Fabs, or Stan Lane of the Fabs, defeating Billy Travis, Ron Sexton, and Buddy Wayne on disqualification. Tojo Yamamoto defeated J.R. Hogg, and it was a PYT, Norvell and Coco, with a hard-fought win over Mark and Brad Batten in that expiration of time match.
My golly, I'll tell you what, we had some good action in there, and I got to say also the interesting background that Jay Youngblood gave us on the bonnet, which that jerk Kareem Muhammad came out here and tore up. I could not believe he was doing that. And, of course, the Lawler Savage thing. Boy, a couple of really rugged guys that have been around the course. And somebody is gone Monday night down there. Hey, we're out of time. See you next week, 10:30. Until that time, for Dave Brown, Lance Russell saying bye-bye, everybody.